Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Darin. My student number is 222 Right now, I will present about the effectiveness of e-learning. Just to get the point, there are several things that will be covered in this presentation. First is definition of e-learning, advantage, disadvantage, and how to make e-learning more effective. So let's go to the first. What is e-learning? Online learning or e-learning is a teaching and learning process that utilizes electronic media and internet connection. Next, as we can see the first picture, e-learning can be defined as a distant teaching and learning process and implemented without having to meet face-to-face between teachers and students. And if we see the second pictures, e-learning can be implemented with virtual meeting and using electronic media such as handphone, computer, or laptop. And next, advantage of e-learning. First, practical and flexible. With e-learning, the interaction between teachers and students will be more practical because they don't have to meet in real time. Besides that, e-learning can take place anywhere as long as it is conducive. Also, no need to dress up and appear formal so that it will more flexible. The second, less effort, time, and cost refers to the explanation before that e-learning can be done everywhere such as at home, at work, or elsewhere. It will greatly save transportation cost, time, and energy that usually requires for trips to conventional learning. And third, easily to document it. Because e-learning using electronic media, it allows students to save or record the material in digital form so that it will easily to access and learn again at a later date. Also, no need to writing in a notebook. And next is disadvantage of e-learning. First, overwhelming task. In e-learning, teachers usually give assignments and rarely explain material. They give assignments to check the student attendance and make sure that the student learning the material so that students still get grades. But assignments in different lecture or subject is given almost every day, so the task is never runs out. And second, consuming a lot of internet quota. E-learning requires students and teachers to online all the time, and of course, to be online all the time requires a lot of internet quota. So we have to always to buy internet quota when it runs out. And the third, not focus. Many distractions in e-learning, such as people around us at home and notification from smartphone that we use for e-learning or other things. Those distractions make learning is not focused. So how to make e-learning more effective? From the student side, they can do several ways. First, self-motivation. Make sure ourselves that we can only do our favorite activities after all the learning targets have been achieved. And second, set the time. Make a task list and study schedule. Then communicate our study schedule to family or friends so that our study schedule will be more organized. And third, choose a place and repeating the material. In order to be more focused and not distracted by many things or people around us at home, we must look in for a place that conducive, calm, and comfortable. Also, we have to repeating the material that have been learned to make sure that we understood about material. On the other side, there are several ways that teachers can do to make e-learning more effective. First, prepare the material as well as possible. Teachers must prepare the material as well as possible so that it will be understood. Teachers should provide the material that is easy and clear to understand. For example, give an ebook reference or giving explanation through WhatsApp group or virtual meeting. Second, an established learning strategy is required. Before a teaching and learning process begins, teachers should have design or strategy that will use in a teaching and learning process. And of course, that strategy must carefully thought out so that it can implement it properly. And the last, deliver the material in fun ways. To increase students' participation in e-learning, it will be better if teachers do fun learning. For example, giving explanation with playing games or other things. It is also useful to make e-learning is not boring. So the conclusion is e-learning has advantage and disadvantage. And to make e-learning more effective, first from the student side, they can do self-motivation, set the time, and also choose a place to study and repeating the material. On the other side, the teachers can do several ways too, such as prepare the material as well as possible so the material can be understood, then have an established learning strategy, and last, deliver the material in fun ways. I think that's all for the presentation about the effectiveness of e-learning. Thank you for your attention. I'm sorry for my mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.